Hello, hello. Hello, guys. Welcome back to the stream. So, this is the day 9, part 2. So, we were making this concept. So, today we'll continue with this and we'll try to finish this concept and we will then move towards the texturing and the UV part. So, first, let's model this. So, today we are just going to try to finish this model in the stream. Then, from the next stream, we'll try to do the UV and the texturing part. So let's get started. So we had modeled the concept till here. So if you have not seen the previous stream, which is the day 9, y'all can go and see it on my channel. So let's get started. Um, so let's model this one. Let's model this part over here. So we would take a cylinder and then I have just a minute, guys. Let me bring the keyboard for y'all. Okay, so let's continue. So we will take a cylinder, press T. Let's make the radius down a little bit. Then let's take the height also down. Okay, we will give 10 segments. Sorry, 10 subdivisions, and we would delete the down face basically because we don't need it, and we're not even going to see it. Yep. So let's delete this, and then let's delete the top face also. Now let's give this a little bit of thickness inside. Okay, this much is enough. Press R and we'll scale this down. So now we go to the faces, select all the face, then we would go face normal and reverse normals. Okay, so let's bring this thing over here and move it up. And if you all are new to this stream, please do like, comment and subscribe the channel. It would mean a lot to me. So let's press J to snap. And now let's just place this thing at the right position. W, then again press R, scale it down. And okay, let's go to the component mode. Then we take this behind Okay, so let's move this over here. Let's make it a little big, a little more. Mm, let's give it a rotation, something like this. Okay, so we have to delete the back faces. Select the back face, delete, and yes, something like this. Now we would make this part the bulb. So take a cube and then we would add a smooth, give it two divisions. Okay, and then we can delete this faces, not this one, the down one. Yeah, delete. Then we go to the object mode and let's separate this object, something like this. We delete these parts and now we are going to select this edge, press R and scale it down, control E, and we move this thing outside like this. Okay, so now let's place this over there. Let's take this, move it up, E for rotation, J to snap 90 degrees. We snap it somewhere here. Yep. Now let's make this small, move this up, and then let's try to place it over there. Little bit of rotation. So we'll scale this down. Then we go to the, okay, we are in the component, so let's go to the world, move this and go to the component, take this little up, rotate, something like this, and over here let's make this small. uh, Press W and somewhere like this. We need to scale this a little more, somewhat like this. Let's adjust this thing. Like we could have modeled this thing with the sphere also, but the issue with that is the edge flow. So if we just do this, delete and separate. Okay, so we could have done this also, but then this edge flow which you see, so that would not be that good. So that's why we took a cube and we added a smooth and then we created this shape, so we won't have any problems with the you know with the UV part and that all stuff. So let's just try and make this fit over here. Okay, now we can adjust this like this. uh, let's select the inside faces. Wait. Okay, let's isolate this and select the faces, and we would scale inside somewhere like this so it fits properly. Let it scale out. Okay, now we would move this a little over here, and yeah, we are done. So we are done with this part. Let's even do the supporting edge. So let's put an edge over here, and yeah, now if we press 3, that's it, we have a shape. Isolate this, and let's put bevel over here, this side. Okay, control B, chamfer off, fraction we would make it less, something like this. Then add a support edge over here, press W, 3, and there we go. So that's the thing, and I guess this is fine. Let's rotate this like this. And do we need to move it a little over here? Put it a little down. Mm, mhm. Yeah, done. So now let's make this one. Let's make this part. So we need to take a plane. Yeah, we will take a plane first. Then go to the front view and press J to snap it 90 degrees. Then press T and make the subdivisions less, like totally 1. Go to the left view. Okay. So we can scale this like, oh, not this, the plane actually. Okay, let's go to the left view. Then press J to snap it. Done. Let's bring this over here, scale this part. So let's go to the world and move this somewhere over here, and move this part somewhere here nearby. Okay, and then we have to bring this thing over here and connect with this. So if we bring this part like this, okay, and then we move this down somewhere here, okay, and somewhat over here like this, then go more down like this, let's scale this. Okay, and move a little more, and something like this, and we would scale this thing inside. Okay, put it more inside, a little bit down, and we would delete that edge. So now let's give this thickness, Control E. Let's move this a little bit more, something like this would do. uh, yeah, it would do. So we have to isolate this part so we can see this. So we need to give a bevel over here. So let's take this edge, select this, Control B. Let's make the fraction less, somewhere like this. uh, Please do like the stream, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So let's should I give offset, or we should just connect the edge? Mm, okay, so we would just connect the edge. Let's take the multi-cut. Multi-cut. Okay, sorry, edge, then multi-cut. This would go like this, and I guess we won't need the inside face, so we could actually delete the faces if we want. And what would that do is, we would have a less poly count and we would save poly. So we should delete the face which we don't need. uh, Actually we would keep the faces, because if we delete, okay, we won't delete, because this thing is going to be seen over here in the render. So we would keep the faces, and we would continue with the multi-cut. Mm, okay, that's done. And now to connect these two edges, we need to add two edge at the bottom. So sorry, edge, multi-cut. So this thing goes all around. Okay, one, two. Let's delete that, delete, and delete. Same over here. Now let's take this. No, actually we would need to take the multi-cut, connect this edge over here, connect this edge over here, and do the same thing behind, connect this over here. Done. And we can move this edge somewhere like this, move this over here. Mm, so now we can, before we give a support edge, we would even take this part from this only. So what can we do is, let's take this, add add an edge somewhere over here, and I guess we even need to make this a little big, or else let's do one thing. Press 1, um go to the face mode. We would delete this side, okay, and we would bring this a little over here, move this thing a little nearby, somewhere like this. Okay, take this again, move it over here. Okay, and let's select this thing, move it up. As we can see, it touches the this thing. Let's take this a little bit down. Yeah, so this much is done. Mhm. So let's press 3. We would add support edge, but before that we would need to make this thing. So now let's mm, duplicate this face. Duplicate, okay, and now yeah, we have that edge, sorry, that face. Now we would scale it down. So let's press R, scale it down a little more, something this much would do. So control E, move this like this, then scale it like this. So something over here, yeah, and now we would add a edge loop over here, and from here we would bring this like this. uh Wait a second, we can't do that. So it's like move down, yeah, move a little more down. We would scale this again a little more, bring this like this. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, let's just not scale it first. Let's just take this thing out like this. Okay, and then mm, mhm. Take this out. And if I move this like this edge and this one, Control B, which would give me not what I want exactly. Hmm. Okay, let's scale this down. Let's figure this out. So let's press Ctrl E, bring this over here, somewhere over here actually. Then this edge and this edge, let's bevel something like this. Then we take this edge, sorry, this face, move this thing out a little more, and then we take this like this. And to make it let's delete that edge. Let's scale this somewhere. Okay, actually it's one side, so mm, let's just bring this down, and then we can take this, move this inside somewhat like this. Okay, done. So need to take the shape a little up, somewhere here. Yes. And what can we do? Take this a little more outside, then add a multi cut. Take this edge a little more behind, and we would bring this face like this. Yeah, now it looks let's isolate this. Okay, So this much is done. So now let's make this one, and then we would start adding the support edge. If you are enjoying the stream, please do like, subscribe, comment, because it's totally free, guys, and that helps me to make more 3D models for you all. So let's see. So we would take a cube, I guess. Let's see if we can get away with the cube. And what if we add this? Uh, let's make the. Let's give one more segment. It's roundish. Actually, they're like this, and this thing can go upside. Let's rotate this. Press J to snap. So okay, J to snap again. Then we would move this thing a little up on to the side over here. Let's scale this. And bring this somewhere over here. Exactly here. So if we bring this here, and if I remove this edge, no, we can't. This, no. Okay. And if I take this, bring it up like this, and mm, so if I take this, okay, let's bring this a little ahead somewhere here. Now let's put this out and bring this like this. Okay, so we get this thing like this, and then there is a hole over here, so we even need to create that. But before that, this is very much thick, so we need to first adjust that. So let's take this a little more somewhere like this, and then let's control E, press R, scale this down, and we would um, add divisions to faces. No, okay, so we would just connect this over here. This thing goes here, and this can go here, and this thing can go here. So now what we can do is, okay, so first we need to connect this to vertex and go to the multi-cut, add one edge over here, one edge over here, and this, and let's do circularize component, and we'll twist this. Actually, wait. So for that also we need to do the same thing behind also. So let's take this, Control Z. So we need to do that same thing behind. Like we can use booleans also, but in boolean we have to then clean up the mesh, and lots of work would be there. So we would try not use that, and Control E, offset, done. Now we'll take multicut, connect this over here, this thing over here, this thing also over here. Okay, the same thing we do it for the back side, and like this. Okay, and now we can add two edges like this, then select this three faces. Oh, okay, wait. There is something not connected. That's why the edge didn't flow. So let's just check. See, so we need to be very careful with the vertex. If they are separated, our edge won't flow. And then we have to do this whole things manually. So now let's check if it flows. Yes, no, it doesn't. So let's check. Yes, two vertex. Yes, four. There's one over here. Press 5, or else let's select the whole thing, go to merge vertex, and now if we put a loop, yes, it does. So now we'll add one more, select the faces, okay. So now we select this face, this, Okay, let's circularize. Okay, then we would adjust the twist a little more, something like this. And now if we control E, give it a offset, then delete the faces, select this, fill hole, not fill hole, actually we need to bridge. Okay, so let's bridge something like this. Press G to repeat the command. Mhm. Yeah, and there we go. So this is done. So guys, if you all are new to the stream, please do like, comment, and please do subscribe the channel. So now we can done with that part. So now we can take this, sorry, yeah, select this also. Okay, take it out, and then we can move it inside. Let's isolate this, select this faces, and then we can move it inside. Yes, something like this. Then we just need to mirror this thing. And let's take this a little down, somewhere here. And now let's mirror this part. Let's go to the front view, reset the pivot, and bring the pivot over here. Yes, and now let's mirror this thing. Mirror in the now offset a little like this. Yeah, so there we go. So mostly we are done, like only few things are left, and it's already time to end the stream. So we would continue this in the next stream, guys. So I hope you all enjoyed the stream, and we would continue the next detailing part in the next stream. So we just need to add support loops. So when we press the 3 button, it looks nice, and then we need to make this antenna, and even we have to make this part. So like in the next stream we would be done with this model mostly. So if you all like this stream, if you all enjoyed watching 3D modeling, so please do like the stream, subscribe the channel because it's totally free, and the part 1 of the stream is there, you all can watch it on my channel.